The temple that gives us moksha, Tiruvannamalai Tirukkovil. Om Namah Shivaya. Arunachaleshwara Temple, or also called as Annamalaiyaar Temple, is a Tamil temple dedicated to deity Lord Shiva, located at the base of Arunachala hill in the town of Tiruvannamalai in Tamilnadu, India. It is a significant temple in the Hindu sect of Saivism as one of the temples associated with 5 elements, the Pancha Bootha Stalam, and especially the element of fire or Agni. The main deity is called by the name Arunachalesvara or Annamalaiyar, while the Amman is called by the name Unnamalai Amman. Now we are walking through the market streets of Tiruvannamalai city. The main festival celebrated in the temple is Karthikai Festival. This temple also has a temple tank named Agni. This temple is an example for Dravidian architecture. Now we have came near the temple and we could see the Arunachala hill at the background. The main creators of these temples are the Chola kings, while for a short period of time this temple was also managed and extended by Pallava kings. Annamalaiyar is represented by the lingam, with his idol referred to as Agni lingam. Parvati Devi is depicted as Unnamalai Amman. The temple complex covers 10 hectares and is one of the largest temple in India. It houses 4 gateway towers known as Gopurams. The tallest is the eastern tower with 11 stories and a height of 66 meters, which is 217 feet, making it one of the tallest temple towers in India. Important Tamil saint poets are called as Nayanmars, and some of them include Sundarar, Thirugnana Sambandar and Thirunavukarasar. They have sung the important Saiva work Tevaram in 7th century, and some of the songs of Tevaram has been sung in this temple, and thus this temple is classified as Paadal Petra Sthalam. Now we are going to enter the temple, so we can leave our footwears here. The temple Gopuram attracts all the devotees who have come there. Another important Nayanmar named Manikavasagar sung the great Saiva work Tiruvambavai in this temple in the 9th century. We are now entering the temple. The temple has numerous shrines, with those of Arunachalesvara and Unnamalai Amman being the most prominent. The temple complex houses many halls. The most notable is the 1000-pillared hall built during the Vijayanagara period. The central structure is constructed by the Chola dynasty in 9th century, while the later expansions are attributed to Vijayanagara rulers. The temple is now maintained and administered by the Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Department of the Government of Tamilnadu State. Now we are looking at the temple tank called as Agni. The temple has 6 daily rituals at various times from 5:30 am to 10 pm and 12 yearly festivals on its calendar. The Karthikai Festival is celebrated during the day of full moon between November and December, and huge lamp is lit atop the hill. It can be seen from miles around and symbolizes the Shiva lingam of fire joining the sky. The event is witnessed by 3 million pilgrims. On the day preceding each full moon, pilgrims circumnavigate the temple base and the Arunachala hill in a worship called Girivalam, a practice carried out by 1 million pilgrims yearly. Now let us see the varalaaru of this temple, that is the temple's legend. When Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu contested for superiority, Shiva appeared as a flame and challenged them to find his source. Lord Brahma took the form of a swan and flew to the sky to see the top end of the flame, also known as Tirumudi of Lord Shiva, while Vishnu became the boar or Varaha and digged down the earth to find the bottom end, also known as Tiruvadi of Lord Shiva. This scene is called Lingodbhava and is represented in western wall at the sanctum of most of the Shiva temples. Neither Brahma nor Vishnu could find the source. While Lord Vishnu accepted his defeat, Lord Brahma, instead of accepting his defeat, he started lying. When Lord Brahma was flying towards the sky, he saw the flower screw pine, also called as Thalampu in Tamil language, falling from the sky. He asked that flower from where it is coming, and the flower replied that it was falling from the Lord Shiva's head thousands of years ago, and it is still falling and falling. Brahma made a dealing with the flower. He asked the flower to tell Vishnu that Brahma has found the top end of the flame and he is bringing this flower from it. And the flower also accepted it. And it said Lord Vishnu that she is the only evidence of Lord Brahma finding the top end of the flame. When Lord Shiva heard Brahma and the flower lying to Lord Vishnu, he got angered and he cursed Brahma that there would be no temples or worship for Brahma on the world. Lord Shiva also stated that from now onwards, the flower screw pine or Thalampu will not be used in Lord Shiva's puja. According to the Saivism literature, it is only after this defeat Lord Brahma started to stay in the lotus coming out of the Lord Vishnu's navel. We are now at the Vinayakar Sanadi, the son of Lord Shiva, also called by the names Ganesh or Pillayar in Tamil. Let us worship to get his blessings. The 7th century Nayanar Saint Sambandar and Appar wrote of this temple in their poetic work Tevaram. Secular also mentioned about this temple in his work Periya Puranam. Now we are looking at the Lord Nandi, the Vahanam of Lord Shiva. The Chola kings ruled over this region for more than 4 centuries from 850 CE to 1280 CE. Now we are worshipping the Moolasthanam, Arunachalesvara, or also called as Annamalaiyar. Om Namah Shivaya, the creator, the protector and the destroyer, Lord Shiva. Let us all get his blessings. Now we are looking at the Nayanmar statues located in the Praharam. There are 63 Nayanmars who are considered to be the most devout devotees of Lord Shiva. Now we are at the Urchavar Sanadi. After we worship the Urchavar Sanadi of Lord Shiva and Parvati, we move on to Gopala Sanadi, also called as Lord Krishna, an avatar of Lord Vishnu. Venu Gopala Sanadi. Now we proceed on to Muruga Sanadi, also called as Subramanya or Arumuga, is the younger son of Lord Shiva. Kandanukku Arogara, Muruganukku Arogara. There is a deep connection between Lord Muruga and Thiruvannamalai. There is a Sanadi or Mandabam where it is believed that Lord Muruga gave darshan to Arunagirinathar. He is a great poet and saint and a devotee of Lord Muruga, and he have wrote a lot of poems on Lord Muruga. And this is the Mandabam where Muruga gave his darshan and blessed him. Arunagirinathar is known for his important work Tiruppugal, which is Muttai Tirubatti Tirnagai, and other works includes Kandar Anubhuthi, Kandar Alangaram, Mayil Viruttam, Seval Viruttam. The inscriptions from the Chola king record various gifts like land, sheep, cow, and oil to the temple, commemorating various victories of the dynasty. During the first half of the 19th century, the town along with the temple came under British rule. From 1951, under the provision of the Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Act, the temple has been maintained by the Hindu Religious and Endowment Board (HR&C) of the government of Tamil Nadu. Now we are inside the Amman Sanadi and we can see a lot of pillars and statues sculpted on it. In 2002, the Archaeological Survey of India declared the temple a National Heritage Monument and took over its stewardship. Widespread protests and litigations with the Supreme Court of India, however, led the Archaeological Survey to cede the temple back to the Hindu Religious and Endowment Board. The temple is situated at the bottom of the Arunachala hills and faces east, lying over 25 acres. The walls on the east and west measure 700 feet, the south measures 1479 feet, and the north measures 1590 feet. The present structures and towers date back to the 9th century and it was constructed by the Chola kings who ruled at that time. We can see the statues of Lord Muruga and his wife Valli outside the Amman Sanadi. We are now worshipping Unnamalai Amman. Let us all get her blessings. There is also another Vinayagar Sanadi outside the Amman Sanadi. Inscriptions indicate that before the 9th century, Tiruvannamalai was under the Pallava kings who ruled from Kanchipuram. It has 4 gateway towers, the Gopurams, on its 4 sides. The eastern tower, the Rajagopuram, is the tallest in the temple. The base of the Rajagopuram is made of granite measuring 135 feet by 98 feet. The main shrine of Arunachalesvara faces east, housing images of Nandi and Surya, and it is the oldest structure in the temple. Behind the walls of the sanctum, there is an image of Gopala Swami or Krishna, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Around the sanctum, there are images of Somaskandar, Durga, Sandikeshwarar, Gajalakshmi, Arumugaswami, Dakshinamurti, Swarna Bhairavar, Nadarajar and Lingotbhavar, the last an image of Shiva emanating from lingam. Now we are seeing the Prasadam stall. The temple also has Palliyarai and it also has a Sannadhi for Sambandha Vinayagar, the elephant god shrine. It also has a Balipidam where the sacrifice is made. To the south of the 1000-pillared hall, there is a small shrine for Subramanya and a large tank. Paadal Lingam, the underground lingam, is the place where Ramana Maharishi is believed to have performed his penance. The shrine of Shivagangai Vinayagar is present in the northern bank of the Shivaganga tank. Our channel is also having a video on Ramana Maharishi and Ramana Ashramam, so please do check it. The Sthala Vriksham or the temple tree is the Magila Maram or Magila tree is considered sacred and medicinal. The most important festival is the Karthikai Festival or the Brahmotsavam, which is celebrated annually in the Tamil month of Karthikai between the November and December, concluding with the celebration of Karthikai Deepam. A huge lamp is lit on the top of Arunachala hills during this occasion. Inscriptions indicate that the festival was celebrated as early as the Chola period from 850 CE to 1280 CE and was expanded to 10 days in the 20th century. To mark the occasion, the festival image of Arunachaleshwara is taken around the wooden chariot around the mountain. Every full moon, thousands of pilgrims worship Arunachaleshwara by circumscribing the Arunachala hill barefoot. The circumscribing covers a distance of 14 kilometers and it is referred as Girivalam. According to Hindu legend, the walk removes sins, fulfill desires and help achieve freedom from the cycle of birth and rebirth, and this is a path to moksha. On the full moon day, that is the Chitra Baurnami of Tamil calendar, thousands of pilgrims come from across the world to worship Arunachalesvara. 5 temple cars called Ter with wooden carvings are used for the procession. Tiruvudal is another festival celebrated during the first week of the Tamil month Thai at mid-January of every year. On the morning of Mattu Pongal, between 15 and 16 January, Nandi is decorated with garlands made of fruits, vegetables and sweets. Sthala or Shiva temples, which are considered to be the personifications of the tantric chakras of human anatomy. The Arunachaleswara Temple is called the Manipuraka Sthalam and is associated with the Manipuraka chakra. Manipuraka is the chakra associated with the solar plexus, which is called as the network of nerves or vessels in a body. The Annamalayyaar Temple is one of the Pancha Bootha Stalams or the 5 Shiva temples, with each of manifestation of natural element earth, water, air, sky and fire. In Arunachaleswara Temple, Shiva is said to have manifested himself as a massive column of fire whose crown and feet could not be found by the Hindu gods Brahma and Vishnu. The main lingam in the shrine is referred as Agni lingam and represent sacrifice, liberation and Agni. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Thank you. Like, share and comment the video. Also subscribe our channel Mixture of Content. Thank you. Bye.